What's up, guys? I'm here with my dog Cash. He's currently dressed as a wizard. It's kind of cold up here, so he's got his little wizard coat on. But we just hit 10,000 subs here on the Stone Circle YouTube channel. Man, you guys are awesome. I did not expect to hit this so soon. It has been a couple of years, but over these last few months, so many new people have been joining up, so I really appreciate you guys. There's so many other people out there who make videos that are a lot better than mine, guys who are much bigger and stronger than I am, and who are probably a lot more knowledgeable than I am, but for whatever reason you guys like my videos, so I'm just going to do my best to keep making high quality content, and hopefully you'll stick around. So thank you, I do really appreciate you being here. And I was hoping to do something cool for the 10,000 subscriber video whenever it got here, but it happened a lot faster than I expected, and I'm actually currently up in the mountains, and I'm also working on a couple big projects, so I don't have time to do anything too extreme. So I figured maybe I'd just talk about how I got here and what made me start this YouTube channel in the first place, because it has had a major impact on my life, and pretty much everything has changed. So in my 5,000 subs video, I mentioned I used to be in a band. I played guitar, eventually I sang, and from the age of 14 onwards, everything I did was in service of that band. I knew eventually I was going to be a touring musician, so whatever I had to do in the meantime to get there didn't matter. I'd work minimum wage jobs I didn't like. I'd do whatever to support myself until that time, because I had an exit strategy. It didn't matter. So I was in that band for a long time, worked minimum wage jobs, all that stuff, and eventually I left that band, and I was stuck working those jobs and realized, well, I don't want to just do this forever. So I decided I was going to buy an RV, and I kind of got into that for the wrong reason. I wanted to buy the RV so I could not work rather than because I wanted to travel, which probably would have made things a little better, but I did that. I bought the RV. I lived in it for a couple years, got away from working. I ended up on a ranch and just did like yard work and stuff like that to pay for groceries and all that. It was pretty cool. But eventually everything came full circle. I was back in the city and I had a minimum wage job again, and this time, for the first time in my life, I didn't have a way out. And after a couple years, that got to be very depressing. I realized this could just be it. This could be my life forever. What's the point in that? This is very sad. And I know a lot of you are like that. I used to go into work in the morning, 6 a.m., and I'd just be so upset about it that multiple times throughout the day I'd have to go into my car and just scream, because it felt like things were out of my control. Like there was nothing I could do to improve my life. I would watch videos of people on YouTube who had got 10,000 subscribers or whatever it was, and I always thought, you know, there's something special about those people. I could never do that. And I didn't even really care about being a YouTuber. It was just something that isn't the normal way of life. The normal go in, work 40 hours at a job you don't like, and that's your existence until you're 65 or whatever it is, maybe 70 by the time we get there. I don't know. But you know, it's a very depressing thing to not have an exit strategy, to think that's it. So I decided I would start a YouTube channel, and it was very slow at first. First I just started uploading some just training videos, talking about what I was doing. Eventually I started the training back every day thing, which was very good for me. It made me a lot better at making videos because I had to do it every single day. It made me a lot better at talking and writing scripts. So it's been very good. And about 3 months into that, I had maybe 100 subscribers, and that was when this whole YouTube thing kind of changed my life. It's not the fact that I have 10,000 now or that I had 100 then. It was the fact that YouTube represents a possibility. It represents some kind of thing that I could do that wasn't just working a job I didn't really like for the rest of my life. And so I decided, because I had this channel and I had that little bit of motivation, it gave me the courage to get my personal training certification. And so I went through NASM. I don't think it really matters which one you do, but I got my certification, my CPT or whatever, and then I worked at my job, that minimum wage job, saved up as much as I could, worked overtime. I'd work from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 14-hour days, stuff like that. And eventually I had a bit of a savings, and I quit, and I just lived off it. And I decided I'd take a little break and then go get my personal training job. But it was about a month in, and I realized I actually don't like gyms. I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to spend the rest of my life in one if I don't really like it. So I was left with no job, but I had this personal training certification, and I was in a completely different place. You know, I I was running out of money. I needed to figure out something to do, but because of this little YouTube channel, now I wasn't stuck anymore. There was possibility again. And so that was when I started thinking. I have a lot of experience with dogs. You know, those minimum wage jobs I talked about, they could have been a lot worse. I was working with dogs. You know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that kind of makes it less enjoyable, but at the end of the day, I was working with dogs. I worked at kennels. I worked with some rescue dogs. I also worked at a couple dog daycares throughout that time. So I had a lot of experience, and I figured maybe I could make a business out of that experience. So I made an animal care business focused on rescue dogs, and this guy right here is actually a rescue. He's very afraid of everything that isn't me and his sister, Clover, the Great Pyrenees. But I started that job, or that business, and because I have all that experience, within 2 months, I had more work than I knew what to do with. I was having to turn people away. Slowly increased my prices and got to a point where I was able to be self-sustainable. You know, for the first time in my life, I was able to live without having to go clock in somewhere, and it was the best feeling ever. I remember I was riding my bike, because I did all of it on my bike for the first couple months, just because I thought that would be a good idea. Eventually I had to start driving because it's just too much. But I remember there was a thunderstorm coming out, and just I saw this lightning in the distance, and I suddenly realized I don't have to go back. I don't have to go back to doing that 9 to 5 stuff, or 8 to 5, whatever it is now. And it was a pretty good feeling. And all of that was just because I decided I'm gonna make this little YouTube channel, which wasn't even the end thing. It was just the fact that it gave me something to look forward to, and it changed everything. So I have that animal care business. I've been doing that since the beginning of 2023, and it's going very well. And that's how I live now. And I've still been doing this YouTube channel. And that was the other big thing I wanted to talk about. So because I have a job like I do, I'm able to turn away people if I want to put more time into this YouTube. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple months. I actually wrote a book. A few of you were asking me about it, and it made me realize, wow, there's actually people that would want to read a book that I wrote. That's crazy. So for the last 3 months, that's been my life. Every second that I'm not making the few videos that I put out, that I wasn't making those, I was working on that book, and it's actually officially done. The words are done. I'm up here getting some footage, some pictures to put into that, and I still have to have it formatted and everything, get it put up, but that's actually going to be out probably in a month, hopefully no longer than 2 months. I don't know how long it actually takes to do that. It's my first one, but it's a book about sandbags mostly, but it's also about calisthenic circuits. And at the end of it is a training program, which is essentially the Sandbag hypertrophy program 2.0, you could say. I know a lot of you liked that video I put out a little while back, so it's kind of an update to that. And I will also be making a video about that program for free, obviously, so you guys can see that program, just because I think it's pretty good and I think you guys will like it. And if at that point you decide you want the book, there is much more to it than just a training program. So I'm pretty excited about it. It's kind of hard to believe it's actually done, because it's been so many days of kind of stressing myself out trying to figure this thing out, which is actually why I decided to go up here to the mountains for a few days. I think I went just a little bit crazy there for a while, but it's pretty much done. So it'll hopefully be out soon. And it's really all I have. That's why I started the YouTube channel and what it's done for me. Like I said, I had 100 subs and it completely changed my life. So I think it'd be worth it for anyone to make a YouTube channel or just do something that's different, because even a little bit of possibility for something different in the future can change everything. So I appreciate you guys being here. Here's to another 10,000 and many more beyond that. Cash says hi. Yeah. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.